Conor McGregor's path to victory. It's Max Holloway. Here we go. So, guys, Max Holloway is a big betting favorite here. He's a negative 300 against Conor McGregor. Conor McGregor hasn't fought in 4 years. He got knocked out versus Poirier. You know, he broke his leg against Poirier. He still lost, but so he lost two fights against Poirier by KO technically. But man, Conor McGregor, I haven't seen anyone that thinks he's going to win. I don't even think he's going to win, but today we're going to go over his paths to victory. You know, Conor McGregor, he does frame Max Holloway. He is a lot bigger than Max Holloway, guys. Conor McGregor the past 4 or 5 years been juicing on steroids. He's absolutely jacked now. Max Holloway, man, he's not the biggest guy, man. He was just a featherweight like a year and a half ago. A year and a half ago, he was just a featherweight, killing himself to make the weight. McGregor's been bulking for like 5 years, and this fight is at welterweight. It's at 170. Conor McGregor is going to be a lot bigger than Max Holloway. He's going to use his size on Max Holloway, I think that could play a factor in this fight, man. I think McGregor might be able to hurt him, man. Conor McGregor does have some power, he might become, those kind of blocky guys, those guys that, are really stiff when they throw punches, he might turn into that, He was better at featherweight, Conor McGregor, but man, he is so much bigger than Max Holloway, man. He's gonna have a size advantage. They're both about, Conor's like 5'9", 5'10", Max is about 5'11", but Conor is way more meaty. He has the mass on him. He can push him against the cage. He can use his shoulder strikes. His patented shoulder strikes, man. You guys don't know about the McGregor shoulder strikes, So I think McGregor is gonna be a lot bigger than Max Holloway can use him. Maybe, if he drops Max Holloway, might be able to, wear him out on the ground. That's how he did win his first fight against Max Holloway. People forget, man. Conor used to wrestle back in the day. He out-wrestled Max Holloway in the first fight. But, yeah, man. No, another thing is Max Holloway's chin, man. His chin, was arguably the greatest chin in UFC history, man. He didn't get dropped until the first time against Justin Gaethje. But ever since then, man, his chin has been going downhill, man. He got knocked out by Ilia Topuria. He got dropped a couple times against Dustin Poirier. He got hurt against Charles. Just these a lot of fights, man. I think his chin might be worn down, man. Might be worn down. He's been getting hurt a lot in his recent fights. I think, man, Conor McGregor. I could see Conor McGregor landing a nice hard shot, a nice straight. Conor McGregor does have the wingspan advantage too here, guys. Conor McGregor has a 72. Max Holloway has a short, T-Rex arms, 69-inch reach. I think Conor McGregor might be able to land some straights down the pipe, with his big meaty arms. Those might hurt Holloway, man. I think he may be able to land a good strike down the middle and drop Holloway, maybe able to finish him. But if Holloway is able to get past the first 3 minutes, McGregor's cooked. I do not see his cardio being, anything good in all of this fight. He had a 1-month training camp. He was on. What he does. He might go on a run. The last 5 years, he might go on a run. Sometimes he might get in and hit some pads, but he doesn't go hard, man. He might knock some scrubs down in sparring. Might be able to destroy some scrubs sparring, but I feel like he hasn't really gotten a good look, man. I feel like he hasn't really been training hard, man. He's not hungry, man. He's a millionaire. He hasn't been doing those hard rounds on the wrestling, McGregor has not, been training as hard. He's been drinking, All wrestlers, UFC fighters, MMA fighters know that, you got to be locked in, man, year round, and, taking 5 years off, man, just to fuck around, but he is rich, man. He deserves, props to McGregor for coming back. It's fight week. It's Tuesday right now. I think Conor McGregor is gonna get cooked on Saturday by second round KO. But man, if McGregor can land, a nice shot in the first round, in the first couple of minutes, he might be able to put Holloway away. But outside of that, man, I don't see really a path to victory for McGregor, man. He is a lot bigger, so that could help McGregor, but It's gonna be tough, man. It's gonna be tough against Max Holloway, man. He beat Dustin Poirier. He destroyed Dustin Poirier, kind of. He got dropped once in that fight. Max Holloway kind of beat Dustin Poirier up, man. He almost finished Dustin Poirier in the first. I think it's gonna be bad for McGregor, man. It's gonna be bad. It's gonna be bad for McGregor, man. So, I think McGregor is gonna lose by second round KO. And I think the only way for McGregor to win is landing a nice straight down the middle with his, frame mog, his big frame, juiced up steroids, arms, I think Max Holloway's gonna win this fight by second round KO. We got Paddy Pimblett versus Benoit Saint Denis, my favorite fighter. Guys, first thing we gotta talk about, Benoit got staff, man. Even though this picture's really low quality, he does got staph on his foot, man. He does not know how to take a shower, bro. It pains me to say, it's probably gonna affect his cardio against Paddy Pimblett. Might affect his cardio. Might end him like being sloppy. He might not have been able to train. He probably had to take some weeks off of training camp because of the staph. He was on the antibiotics. They want to spread like Ben Askren. It really sucks, man, that Benoit got staph. But let's talk about the stylistic matchup, man. How do I see this fight playing out? I see Benoit rushing in like he always does, man. And I think he's gonna be throwing those body kicks, throwing those, sloppy hooks on the feet. I think he's gonna try to clinch Paddy Pimblett up. But man, I think Paddy Pimblett's he's too tricky, man. Paddy Pimblett's a tricky customer, man. Paddy Pimblett has those uppercuts. He likes to use those knees. He likes to keep his chin up, which I think will help him. Is really weird style, man. I can really see Paddy Pimblett catching Benoit Saint Denis with an uppercut, with a knee, and I think, man, he's too good on the ground, man. I don't see him beating. I don't see him Benoit Saint Denis taking Paddy Pimblett down, man. It hurts me to say this, man. I think Benoit, man, he might not be able to take Paddy Pimblett down. He might get beat on the feet, with this staph infection. I think Paddy Pimblett might throw some hooks on the feet, throw some uppercuts. I think he might be able to wear him out like Chandler, man. I think after the first few takedown attempts, he's gonna get tired, man. I think after he gets tired, it's gonna be all smooth sailing from there, man. But even though Benoit has been getting better, he's on a 4-fight win streak. After he lost to Moicano, I just see Moicano happening again, man. I think Paddy Pimblett might be able to reverse Benoit. This is a 3-round fight, though. This is a 3-round fight, so I think Benoit might be able to scrape 2 rounds by, man. But I don't see it, man. I think Paddy Pimblett by 29-28 decision. I think he's gonna beat up Benoit in the later rounds, man. I think Paddy Pimblett is gonna throw some uppercuts, throw some knees. He's gonna hurt Benoit to the stomach. Might hit him to the body, man. He might hit him. Benoit does not move his chin at all, man. Paddy does hit hard, man. Paddy Pimblett does hit hard. There's a little uppercuts, little hooks. He looks shit, man. Paddy Pimblett looks dog shit, man. He has no skills on the feet. He just likes to throw those big meaty hooks, big freaking. His big uppercuts. He does have a nice little leg kick, man, that he hurt Chandler with. His nice little leg kick when he backs up. Something good, but he does like to back up on the fence. He does like to play the fence. Benoit is good at taking advantage of that. He might be able to clinch up Paddy Pimblett. But I don't see. I think this is the worst matchup for Benoit Saint Denis in this division, man. It's a really bad matchup for Benoit. Could he take him down and beat him up? Maybe. Dan Hooker was never a great wrestler to begin with, even though he did beat Matthias Gamrot, but that was kind of a robbery, kind of. So I think Benoit is going to lose this one by 29-28. I think Paddy will take over the later rounds, I think he's going to land some big shots on Benoit. Benoit literally does not move his head. He's a stiff cannon, especially with his staph infection. I think he's going to gas out too. So yeah, man, official decision with Paddy Pimblett and Benoit Saint Denis. Paddy Pimblett by 29-28. I think this is going to be a good fight like it always is with Benoit. My favorite fighter, he's a marauder, He's one of few Benoits. I think Benoit is gonna bring the fight to Paddy, but I think Paddy's a little too goofy for Benoit. He's a little too crafty with his uppercuts, knees, his takedown defense. His jiu-jitsu is amazing. I think he might be able to submit Benoit. But official prediction, 29-28, Paddy Pimblett. Thank you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe.